Once upon a time, in the heart of the African savannah, lived a young giraffe named Jeffrey. Now, Jeffrey was no ordinary giraffe. You see, while all the other giraffes were perfectly content munching on leaves and taking leisurely strolls, Jeffrey had a heart full of wanderlust. He dreamed of seeing the world, of having adventures, and most of all, he dreamed of touching the stars. Every night before going to sleep, Jeffrey would lie on the ground with his head propped up on his paws, staring at the twinkling lights above. The other giraffes would tease him for spending so much time daydreaming, but Jeffrey didn't mind. He knew one day he would make them all jealous. One day, while the giraffes were busy eating, Jeffrey decided it was finally time to chase his dreams. "I'm going on an adventure," he announced, his heart pounding with excitement. The other giraffes looked at him as if he had grown another head. "An adventure? What are you talking about?" "There's nothing to do around here but eat and sleep," said Gertrude, Jeffrey's mother. "Don't be silly," added George. "It's Jeffrey's best friend. Why would you want to go on an adventure when we have the best leaves right here?" But Jeffrey was determined. He had packed a small bag with some water and his favorite sweater just in case. And now he was ready to start his journey. He walked past the acacia trees where the other giraffes liked to hang out and headed towards the watering hole. On the way, he met a wise old turtle who was sunning himself on a rock. "Where are you off to, little giraffe?" asked the turtle, his voice raspy with age. "I'm going on an adventure," replied Jeffrey proudly. The turtle chuckled, a deep rumbling sound, like distant thunder. "An adventure, huh? Well, don't come back disappointed. This world is full of wonders if you know where to look." With that, the turtle closed his eyes and went back to sleep, leaving Jeffrey even more excited about his adventure. He continued on until he reached the watering hole, a muddy puddle in the dry season. It wasn't much to look at, but to Jeffrey, it seemed like a magical portal to another world. He took a deep breath, closed his eyes, and jumped in. On the other side of the watering hole, Jeffrey found himself in a lush green forest. Tall trees with wide leafy branches covered the ground in soft shade, and the air was filled with the sweet scent of flowers. Jeffrey had never seen anything like it. He walked deeper into the forest, his eyes wide with wonder, until he came across a clearing. In the middle of the clearing stood a baobab tree, its branches twisted and gnarled like an ancient dragon. And when Jeffrey looked up, his jaw dropped. The tree was covered in sparkling crystals that glittered in the sunlight. Jeffrey had never seen anything so beautiful. He slowly reached out his neck to touch the crystals. And as his fingertips made contact, a warm, tingling sensation spread through his body. Suddenly, the crystals began to glow brightly, and Jeffrey gasped as they transformed into shooting stars that streaked across the sky. Jeffrey stood there with his mouth open, mesmerized by the sight. Then he noticed something even more amazing. Each star twinkled with a different color, and they seemed to be responding to the thoughts in his head. When he thought of friendship, a yellow star twinkled in the sky. When he thought of courage, a blue star twinkled. And when he thought of love, a red star shone brightly. Realizing that the stars were reacting to his emotions, Jeffrey started to feel all the feelings he had been hiding inside. He felt the love for his family and friends, the joy of living in such a beautiful world, and the excitement of having a wonderful adventure. As he felt each emotion, the corresponding star twinkled in the sky. And Jeffrey knew in that moment that he was not just touching the stars, he was becoming one with them. From that day on, whenever Jeffrey felt sad or lonely or scared, he would take a deep breath, remember his adventure, and feel the warmth of the stars spread through his body, reminding him that no matter what, he was loved and he was enough just the way he was.